not your night.
No. Got some lessons from a pretty clinical footy team who were slow out of the blocks to start the game and made us pay.
Adam, you've played Melbourne, Canberra, now Penrith, and the Warriors as well. Who do you think's the best team out of that lot?
They're all got their house in order, pretty much. Well, that mob there, it's the most recent, so they had 50 sets. I've never seen that. 50 sets, and they completed 44 of them in those conditions, led by a pretty special player. So they find multiple ways to score points, whether it be kicking or whatever it is, whether it's through shape or... so they're right up there. They're coming home with a wet sail.
Dane, just after full time, you got the boys in a huddle. What did you talk to them about?
We couldn't get everyone. Obviously, a few boys were catching up with a few lads, but it was just around, I guess, that performance. Even though we've been beaten in the past, I don't think once this year we've been beaten like that. In the sense of the effort's always there, we're always turning up. But I just think, myself included, a few of us, it was just a struggle a bit tonight to get ourselves in the game or just get that connection. And that's it. When you got a bunch of individuals out there, it's pretty hard to win. So I think just coming together, like we spoke about, there was a few boys that had good performances. I thought, when Frizz and Matty Croker come on the field, they had a big impact and changed the momentum our way a little bit. But if there's too many people, I guess, making errors or just giving penalties or missing tackles, then it's always going to be hard for them. So we just need to come together as a group, and that's all that was, just sticking together.
And you mentioned there, a bit of a, I guess, rattle of confidence, knowing how strong Penrith have been. Was there a sense of that amongst the boys before the kickoff, or was it, after those quick tries at the beginning that it started to, I guess, slip? Or?
No, I don't think, even after the first couple of tries, even when it got to 20-0, we were still pretty confident. Like I said, we've been in positions where we've got off to bad starts but found our way back into the game. But just tonight, we just couldn't find our way back into the game. And to their credit, like Adzi said, they had 50 sets and completed at 44, and they found their form at the right time. And we just weren't good enough tonight, and they were obviously a better side. And it was just, that just wasn't us. So we've still got a couple more games to go, and we'll go look at what we need to look at, but focus on next week.
Adam, what do you say to the boys from here? Of course, knowing there's travel for next week, what's kind of top of your list in how you're going to try and perk them up ahead of next round?
We can't feel sorry for ourselves for too long. We need to get our lessons out of it, whether it be individuals, how they prepped or how they were approached the game. As I said, we were slow out of the blocks at the start, but we've got an obligation, regardless of whether you can make finals or whatever it is. You've got an obligation to come in and perform every week, and we fell short tonight, there's no doubt. So pick ourselves up and get on with it.
There's obviously one more home game this season. What do you say to the fans who have, there was 20,000 of them out there for that pretty rough game? What do you say ahead of the last one in a couple of weeks?
I was actually at half time with that scoreline, and then it really started to come down, and they just stayed. So, we owe them a lot. We owe them a big performance against the Broncos. We've got a game next week on the road, but for them to stand there. And I agree with Gags. We've lost plenty of games, no doubt, clearly, but not in that fashion. And for them to still hang till the end, we do definitely owe them one.
Adam, a tough night, but how do you think Jacob went?
I said to Jake after the game, he didn't let the scoreline or the way that the game was going sort of dictate. took the game on a little bit, tried a couple of things, poked his nose through the line. I thought he kicked with the conditions. I thought he kicked the ball well. We're obviously deep in yardage. They weren't letting us out much, so I'd definitely give him a pass mark for his first game for us. Yeah.
As I know Brian Cone ended up scoring, but you had about 18, 19 tackles in a row defending your line there. Do you still kind of find positives out of those little moments in games?
Yeah, there's no doubt there'll be parts of this game. We're doing the press conference on the whole game here, but there'll be heaps there that I'll be able to pick out, tonight and tomorrow and over the weekend to show that we've still got some DNA in us. But unfortunately, with that, there'll be plenty that we fell short on, and some of it will be young men that probably didn't think that they were going to play as many games that they've played, but we've got to learn fast. And it'll hold them in good stead down the track. One day we won't remember the scoreline from tonight, but unfortunately for the next week or so, we will.
Speaking of young guys, Jermaine McEwen, how far has he come along this year?
Yeah, he's a player. I don't know if you do a swan dive when you're getting beat by 30, but he's a young bloke going after the game. And, with Maney, you'll have some, as all young men, you're going to have a couple of mistakes here and there, but you wait till he's got 50 games under his belt, he's going to be a hell of a player.
Dane, can you see Penrith winning it again on what you saw tonight?
Well, obviously, they've proven in the past they got the ability to do it. In saying that, there's a lot of teams that are playing some good footy, so they've definitely put their names back in that mix. So,